And so out of interest, why did you choose Boss?
I guess through high recommendations from the accountants that we spoke about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
We didn't rush into it hammer and tongs initially. We really tested. We wanted to test the quality of the work that Boss was able to provide, the timeliness, the quality of the working papers, their understanding of the tax laws, their responsiveness to our queries, how well they spoke English,
yeah.
how well they communicated in emails and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I guess what we did is I drip fed some work along the way,
yeah.
And really to assure myself that all the boxes were ticked in terms of our priorities, in terms of moving forward to maybe giving a higher volume of work to Boss.
Yeah, okay.
I guess we also looked at another option in Vietnam. Their model was a little bit different to Boss in that you really don't engage with an accountant. You're dealing through let's say client service coordinators who then pass the information on to the accountants, and sometimes there's a lack of understanding in terms of exactly what you're trying to say and communicate to the accountant, whereas with Boss we're actually able to deal and communicate directly with the accountant who's dealing with the file. Flexibility and increased capacity was the main benefits.
Yeah, great. Okay, thank you. Now, this is a bit of a difficult question, and you don't have to answer it, but can you put a dollar figure on the benefits of using Boss?
Well, I guess you know, the fact that we didn't have to employ another qualified accountant and able to do the work was probably $100,000 saving a year. But I guess also there was a lot of efficiency savings, and I think that's probably another 20-30,000. So I'd say it improved our performance by at least 100,000 a year.
Would you recommend Boss as a service?
Absolutely. We had a look at a couple of different ways of doing it before we sort of engaged Boss. And the two main ways of doing it is one where you basically send the work over into a pool type arrangement, and the work gets done and it gets sent back and hopefully to the standards. The issue that we saw with that model is that you don't really have that control over quality, and you don't have necessarily the ability to be able to apply your own processes to that situation. Whereas the Boss model, where you engage an actual individual that works for you, I believe is a far better model, and it works very well. And you know, you get to put your own processes in place, your own formats that you have with accounts, the way that you want things done, additional analysis that you want done, all those sort of things that you have control over, so that certainly the Boss model and the way it works with Boss is fantastic. And yeah, I'd highly recommend people looking into it. It does provide a great solution.
That's an interesting point you've raised there, because I know that some other outsourcing firms, you don't deal with the accountant directly, and you don't necessarily have the same accountant. From your perspective, I don't think you've used an outsourcing company before. So from your perspective, what do you think has been the real benefit of actually having the same person all the time and having that relationship?
The biggest advantage you have is if there's something that's not done in a particular way, or there's something you want done in a particular way, you just have to email that accountant, and it gets done that way. Like, they're happy to do it whichever way I want. So I send myself and the manager an email saying, please prioritise these jobs or do this, and it happens. It's no different having a staff member in the office to some extent. So I think that's the biggest plus of it. It's really just having someone in. It's no different having someone in the office. It's been nothing but positive for me, and it's really helped me. And the quality of the work's fantastic. So I think it's a great concept, and it's been a real help for me, and hopefully to grow my business.
Why did you consider Boss? And particularly, I know you've used an outsourcing company before, so I'd like to know a little bit about your experiences of that and what you found the differences were with your last firm and Boss as well, if you could.
A couple of years ago, we had a few years ago now, we had 1 or 2 staff leave, and at the time they left, we couldn't find a suitable replacement professional staff as soon as we would have liked. That's why we started outsourcing in the first place.
Yeah.
The reason though that we came to boss last year was because we were looking for we were looking to really have the outsourcing function treated as much as we could like another staff member rather than just sourcing. We were looking to get improvements on efficiency, and that meant that what we really needed to get, as I saw at the time, was to have someone logging into our system and processing work just like another staff member.
Yeah, okay. So that's one of the reasons you considered boss. So you had that real sort of relationship with someone as if they were a staff member. Is that right?
Yep. One of the key things that we saw we had to do was lift our efficiency. And we weren't going to do that with the way we were outsourcing before. So at any rate, it would have been, I suppose, we've just changed over, if you like, in time for the Nixon thing to pick up.
Yeah.
So that efficiency gain has been quite good, and lots of flexibility with being able to say, well, you know, you work with our systems and our processes, our work patterns, the way we want you to work.
Yeah.
It's in our work patterns or our stuff. We're not going to look at your stuff and decipher it.
Yeah.
And that again makes it efficient, because if we pick up a job that you've done last time, if we pick up a job now, we're in our own stuff anyway. We don't need to go trolling through your own work patterns beforehand.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Okay. And so, you know, with the future and perhaps growing, do you think you'll be, you know, engaging any more boss accountants in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good answer.